All right. Are you guys happy? I'm happy. You know why? Because I got a second today, and I decided before I do my most important thing I want to do today, which is explore my new DAW. What did I get? Studio One, a Persona Studio One 5. I've been messing around in Ableton 2, and now I'm trying to get better at Studio One 5, but that's not what you guys care about. We're excited because I'm keeping on going on the series, and we did part 2 yesterday, and we're going to do part 3 today. So let's get right into it without any further ado. So just to recap, something about the first lesson where we showed you how to take the pentatonic scale and make it very easy. First of all, we gave you no theory about modes. Theory comes last in these lessons. I'm making it accessible to everybody by showing you giving you the goods first, and then we'll study the theory. It's always the other way around, but I said that in the first lesson. Now, what I didn't show you on that first lesson, though, really was give you an example about what I was talking about with going to YouTube and practicing this stuff. So let me show you how it works here. What we got is I picked a random mode that was maybe not the most usual one. I picked D sharp Lydian, right? So if what I was teaching was correct, then the notes of this pentatonic scale lined up as I explained should sound correct. Let's see if they do. So D sharp Lydian. We know from our list here that we made the other day that Lydian, I don't know where I got that list now. Well, here's one. Where's Lydian? Is Lydian a major mode or a minor mode? Well, here's our 3 minor modes. We got Dorian, Aeolian, and Phrygian. And here's our major modes. All we have to do is memorize 3. Ionian in the center. Mixolydian has a little bit of a stronger happy, and then a little bit of a lighter floaty happy. We have Lydian. So Lydian is our major mode. So, okay, so that means all we need to do is take our major root of our pentatonic and mount that on the note we've chosen, which is D sharp Lydian. I'll choose that top because that one just turned out D Lydian. There wasn't too many D sharp ones because that's an unusual one, right? And I wanted to prove that this works, so we're going to mount that on D sharp and see what we hear. And I'll put the camera on me. This will look kind of, I don't know where I'm going to set this thing. So you guys, I don't even know if you guys can see the fretboard or not. So we're going to try to put it here. Hopefully you can see what I see or what you need to see and not look at my crazy face here. But here is your D sharp. So it stands to reason that the pentatonic scale should work here. Those should all sound congruent or kind of cool with the backing track. So I'll play those. I'll move it down to where it's not supposed to be, and we'll hear if it sounds wrong. And then we'll go into lesson 2, and I'll show you how to take those shapes and put them across the fretboard, so you get the at least a pentatonic view of the fretboard, or just kind of you can hear how you can use the pentatonic to solo even though you're missing the 2 gut notes. I'll probably end up playing the 2 gut notes here and there just because they sound really cool, but I'll let you know when I do. So here we go. I'm going to click on the backing track. Hopefully we don't get flagged by YouTube for doing this. Where were we? Here we are. There's a splice note. same old pentatonic lick like this sounded okay because that was kind of catering toward the minor chord. When I land on this note, that's the root of the minor chord, and so that would be kind of that would be a stepping stone note. Where for today, it's this note, the G shape within the pentatonic framework there. But you notice that when I played the initial pentatonic, it sounded good. Let's try moving it down a fret to see if it sounds wrong. So if that happens to you, check your work, because you probably just down a fret, or you need to take a better look at where you've mounted your pentatonic. Let's put it right back on this 1-4, the 4, our pinky note. The green note on our chart is going to be on the D sharp of the E string, or the D sharp of the high E string. This time I'm going to use the big shapes that we covered in lesson 2. So start with shape number 1, the big box that we called it. And the other one we called, what, the Oreo cookie box. So let's try the big box first. That was a rock note. Okay, in the end there, I also did a 2-string pattern that I didn't teach. Maybe I'll draw that out really quick here. As another good shape you could know here is a 2-string shape. While you're watching me in a weird angle there, let me draw something out that I could have drawn yesterday when life was such an easy game to play. Ha ha ha. Alright. Just draw some circles here because they're quick and easy. All right. When you're rocking 2 strings, I like to think about this when I'm in my big box there at the bottom of the normal pentatonic scale. On each side, I have 2 smaller squares. And if I want to expand from that, I go into this other kind of shape here where there's this angle of notes there. I guess we'll just call it an angle of notes. I don't know, like that's a major third for those who know. But anyways, that's an interval there. But just that pattern, which leads, it's kind of like 2 symmetrical boxes that fit together like a puzzle. And when I'm back here in this shape, I'm actually back here in this shape. And that should work if we count the squares. We should be able to get to 13 there. So if this is a 1, that should be a 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're back at 13. There is no 13th note. There's only 12 notes in the Western scale. So that's 1 again. back where we started. So that covers, that little pattern there can cover you up and down 2 strings, giving you a whole bunch of bars of playability, hammer-ons, kind of slides and stuff like that. So, all right. So that's enough 10 minutes of recapping yesterday's notes. But let's get into the gut notes today. And then we're going to, we'll wrap it up with one more lesson, taking the gut notes across the fretboard. But we're going to put the gut notes in the pentatonic box today. And every time you heard me play, here's the pentatonic box. Sorry for the camera angle there. Hopefully it's still recording. Here's the pentatonic box, how it sounds. Kind of hollow. Here's how it sounds with the gut notes in it, specific to this backing track. Couple of sweet notes there. All right, so let's get oriented here. Whoa, spinning you guys around. So how do we get the gut notes to happen? Very, very easy. So what to remember is, remember how there's a list of, where was that list we had? Oh, we can even use this one. This is what I was looking for earlier. Remember when we went light, standard, and darker? Lighter, standard, and darker with your minor modes and your major modes. So the cool thing is the lighter, you don't have to remember 6 different pentatonic versions, only 3, because these 2 will use the same, because one uses the minor and one uses the major side. They're both using, the lighter ones use the same gut notes. We're going to call them gut notes. And what are the gut notes? It's just 2 notes. Why is it just 2 notes? Because you've already got 5 notes to equal a 7-note major scale. You only need 2 notes because, well, 2 and 5 make 7. So Ionian and Aeolian will share the same one, and Mixolydian and Phrygian will share the same one. And the coolest thing about it is the geometry becomes a little easier to remember because it lines up with what's going on here. The Dorian leans to one side, the darker scales lean to the other side, and the Aeolian and Ionian use a split of notes that balances both sides of each system. Let me show you. All right. So once again, breaking our concept up will be important. Let's call this the big box. And we'll call this the, you can call it tic-tac-toe board or the Oreo cookie, whatever. We'll call it the tic-tac-toe board in this one. And we won't have to worry about this one because it's just simply an E string repeat. So all we need to worry about to get every note is those 2 boxes. And those are the only 2 boxes that make up the pentatonic scale. So you need to fill in gut notes in the big box. And on the inside of the big box, it's another thing I should tell you. The gut notes occur. We need 2 notes. You see you have a choice of 4 notes here. You just need 2 notes in here, and you need to hang the same 2 notes on the outside somewhere of this box. So for what we had here, we had Lydian, right? So I used, these were where I knew the gut notes were. And this becomes, just for a future reference, this little box of notes here is going to be very, very, very important for the rest of the teachings you have on this channel. This is what I call the magic box, and you'll see this is going to be one of the most important things you will know for fretboard navigation. It's at least for me. Maybe not for you, but definitely for me. If you want the light bulb moment that what I felt broke me free, that's it. Anyways, that'll be coming up though. So you'll notice that our choice was the right side of the box. And it makes a square of notes here, which will be very important coming up. But all you need to know is that for Dorian and Lydian, the lighter scales, this is the lighter leans to the right on this side, and it leans to the left on the Oreo cookie. It basically hangs off the left. Here it's a gut note, it's on the inside. Here it's like a parasite on the outside, for lack of a better term, right? So you have your, let's say this was the key of C, you would have B, C, E, F. B, C, E, F. But not to worry about, don't let that confuse you. Just worry about where you hang the notes, okay? Let's take a look at all the other ones to kind of make, I think this will make sense of it all. Before we go to the middle scale, let's check out the other one. It's almost a mirror image reverse of the Dorian Lydian. If we go to the darker Phrygian Mixolydian pentatonic, we're going to mount the square. We're going to put the 2 gut notes on the other side. And then we're going to hang the other gut notes on the other side. And see if I can, okay. And also, whereas that is on the kind of, you might call that the bottom or the top there, depending on your, the way you reference this, but this is on, like, not only on the other side, but on the other string group. So not too hard to remember, right? Because that square of notes is also kind of easy to play. It makes kind of a, if you've ever heard this lick before, I can't play it now, but, well, maybe this. An easy to play lick of notes. In the middle, we have, we're going over 15 minutes here, so I better be quick. We have a balance of notes here. It's the balance scale. It's the natural major and natural minor. And as you can see, it uses 1 from each side. It uses the top here and the bottom there. So remember that. And you might have heard of this scale. Your teacher may have taught this as the Aeolian scale. Now you know why they did that. Just they didn't give you all the information to make it super simple. They may have called this the Dorian scale. Now you know why. And they may have called this the Phrygian scale. Now you know why. So anyways, then the Aeolian, now remember we're missing the top 1-4 here, but when you get to the, but we know it's the same as this 1-4 here. When you get to the Oreo cookie, to complete the 2 notes of the scale, and these are the juicy notes that really make up the modal sound, you're going to have the 1 up top here and 1 on the bottom there. Basically, like, grab 1 from this side and grab the 1 from that side. And put it over here. The lowest one on there and the highest one there. All right, does that make sense, everyone? My best bet is I'll just hold it here so you can pause it, copy this down, because you're not going to remember it in 2 minutes of me just telling you this. There's going to be probably for anyone that's never seen this before but is getting it, you're going to be like, that's unbelievable. You're going to have this moment of disbelief where you won't be able to memorize it. So copy it down, look it over the next couple days, play some backing tracks with it, and you'll be able to go from there. So hope that helps everybody. Don't forget, so like I said, that you still need to add that on top to find your major and minor. You can also use the bottom since they're both the E string. And once you plug it in, you'll have your pentatonic scale plus your juicy gut notes. In our final lesson, we're going to find out the easy way to take these gut notes all across the fretboard. And once you do that, you're not only going to have a way to play any mode, anytime, anywhere, all across the fretboard, but you're going to be able to play your major scale, because that's what it is. It's the major scale. You're going to be able to play that all around, all up and down the fretboard, in any direction. You're going to get total freedom here, and I think everyone is going to flip out and be grateful that you watched this lesson. But if not, hey, that's okay. Everybody learns different, and I know that. So, this is going to, some people do not grasp this whatsoever, and that's totally, totally okay. Because everybody has to learn differently for, to make us all individuals and to give us all different levels of creativity. So I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Look forward to number 5. Look forward to seeing everybody there. Bye.